Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back, or if it's your first time to my channel, welcome. Back with you once again. Probably the last one, at least in this recording session that I'm going to do, trying to get through all of my movie collection, and I want to film as much as I can while I can. And we have gotten from the numbers through the D's, and now we're on to at least the E's, maybe the F's in this one. We'll just have to see if I ramble too much, see how far we can get with these. Hopefully you're enjoying this. If you are, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, and leave your thoughts, your opinions in the comments and stuff. Try not to be too negative or anything like that. And, just enjoy. So first off, with the E's, we have one of my all-time favorites. I've said it in previous installments of this. I am a big Johnny Depp fan. We have one of his best here, in my opinion, Edward Scissorhands. This is the anniversary edition. I'm not really sure what anniversary this was. I've had this for probably a decade at this point. So Edward Scissorhands, though, one of my all-time favorites. Again, in my opinion, one of Johnny Depp's best right there with Edward Scissorhands. Next up, this one here. This one's kind of a guilty pleasure for me. It's not a great movie, but I love it. It's Eight-Legged Freak, starring David Arquette. I enjoy this movie a lot. I saw it for the first time. Man, I don't even know. I don't even know when I first saw this, but I think I caught it on one of the movie channels at some point, and I don't know. I just instantly enjoyed it. I don't like spiders, and I'm a big fan of spiders. More so, I don't like snakes, but spiders I'm not a fan of. This movie, though, I really do like. It's campy and cheesy and everything like that, but it's, I don't know. It's David Arquette's great in it. He's very likable, just kind of normal guy, a little bit a little bit dumb, a little bit kind of, the average Joe or whatever that kind of plays hero or ends up becoming hero. I really like the movie, though. I think it's really fun. It's one of those that's an easy rewatch for me, just because it's just a fun movie. Next, we have Elf, starring Will Ferrell. This one has become a classic. I really enjoy this one. I didn't like it. I mean, I've always liked it, but I haven't always been a huge fan of this movie. I've never really been a huge Will Ferrell fan, to be honest with you. This movie grew on me, and then I saw, I think, the Netflix series, The Movies That Made Us, did a retrospective on this movie. It made me really appreciate this movie. Jon Favreau, I believe, directed this, and their whole thing was that they wanted to make a new, a modern Christmas classic, and I think they did. I think they did a really good job, and they took inspiration obviously from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Rankin and Bass classic claymation movie or special, and they did their own thing, and they really did. I think that it is now, to me, a modern Christmas classic. It's right up there with a lot of the other greats, the Santa Claus, A Christmas Story, all that kind of stuff. I do really like and appreciate Elf. Now we're going back to the 80s with Encino Man. Brendan Fraser, Pauly Shore, Sean Astin. This is a classic. This is an absolute classic. It's an 80s time capsule for sure. But I want to say that this was, I think this was Brendan Fraser's breakout role, was Encino Man. Fantastic movie, great coming of age tale, and the way that they framed it with, not only the teenagers, Sean Astin and Pauly Shore, dealing with adolescence and kind of navigating that whole thing. Then you have this caveman that's thawed out, and he's doing the same. and these two, or these three, people that are so different are dealing with a lot of the similar things of just trying to make their way through life and deal with the intricacies of society and all that kind of stuff. I really enjoy it. It's a great comedy. I think I made it sound a lot deeper than it is, which I mean it is. It has some like serious themes going on in there, but it's a great comedy. I really enjoyed it. It's a fun watch, and it's a big rewatch for me. Next up on Blu-ray, we have Escape Room. This one right here was an instant favorite of mine, and I ended up having to buy it pretty much immediately. I ended up getting it from Redbox for like $4. But I loved this movie right from the beginning. I've watched it a couple times now. The sequel is not as good. It has moments, but the first one is almost perfect. I really, really love that movie. I love what they did with it. It's smart. They took something that's very like mundane and everything with an escape room, put the horror twist on it and really like raised it up and did something really cool and unique and stuff. Sort of, in the vein of Saw, but they took something that was already there and they kind of put their own like spin on it, and they made it something original and fun and cool, and I really enjoy Escape Room. All right, next up, another classic again from the 1980s, man. We have E.T. the Extraterrestrial, Steven Spielberg. This, I mean, again, it's a classic. This one here is a 2-disc with some bonus features. This one here, this was one that I rewatched a few times throughout childhood. I always really enjoyed it. It always made me, want an alien friend that had cool special powers and stuff like that, and all that. I think it traumatized a lot of us because toward the end and stuff. There's some scenes that are pretty heavy and heart-wrenching, and you get worried there for a while of like, oh, is he okay? Because the government gets involved, obviously, because it's an alien and all that. But I mean, that's a classic. I don't know if you're my age. I don't know anybody that hasn't seen E.T., and hopefully that's one of those that will live on, that will be passed down to the next generation and the next generation, and just live on forever. I hope so. Next up, a very different movie. The next movie, we have Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I think this might have been like the first serious Jim Carrey role, or at least the first serious Jim Carrey role that I remember seeing. 2004, Jim Carrey, Kate Winslet, I think Kirsten Dunst is in it, Mark Ruffalo. Very, very good movie. Very trippy in some of the scenes and stuff, because you're in the guy's head, and it's a sci-fi love story, and somewhat of a tragedy as well. But it's when their relationship turns sour, a couple undergoes a medical procedure to have each other erased from their memories forever. But yeah, in this world, there is a company that essentially they have the technology to erase people's memories, or you can pay this company to erase certain memories from your mind. And this man and woman have a really bad breakup, and it's painful, and they, instead of going through a grieving process and just dealing with the pain, instead they want to do this, and and everything. And then in the course of it, it's they kind of discover it's like some things may be better, or you may think it's better to forget certain people or certain things that happened, but at the same time, it's like he couldn't pick and choose. He had to lose it all, and he wasn't able to just keep the good parts and get rid of the bad parts. He had to lose all of it, and it's better. Essentially, it's better to have it all. You got to take the good, and the bad comes with the good, and you got to remember the bad times and the good times and stuff. And it's a pretty deep movie. It's a great movie. You got to be in the right mindset to watch it though, because I know for me, I watched it. I don't remember if I watched it for the first time after a really bad breakup or intense breakup or what have you. But I do remember watching it after a breakup, and it hit pretty hard. A great movie though. Jim Carrey's performance is fantastic. Kate Winslet is fantastic. I mean, the whole cast is really good, but Jim Carrey, of course, really steals the show. Again, I'm a little biased because I am a big Jim Carrey fan. Next up, we have Euro Trip, the unrated version. This is another one I thought I was alone in loving this movie, but at least from TikTok and social media, the Scotty Doesn't Know song, because that's where that came from. The Scotty Doesn't Know That Fiona and Me. That's from this movie, Euro Trip. I didn't think a whole lot of people knew about this movie, but I guess I was wrong. But I really love this movie, and it's like, rest in peace, Michelle Trachtenberg. She's in this movie, and it's just a fun comedy from the early 2000s, 2004, where this guy has a pen pal. He's in the United States, has a pen pal in Europe. He ends up going to meet her, going on this trek through Europe, and to meet her, to find her, and all this hilarity ensues, and they get into crazy stuff. There's a whole thing where they all get drunk on absinthe and all sorts of stuff. It's there's party, there's debauchery, there's whatever. It's it's an early 2000s comedy, young person's comedy. I really enjoy. I mean, I still like it. But I think too, it's like maybe I have a nostalgia thing. It's like if I were to see it for the first time now, I probably wouldn't, because I'm again 38 years old, watching a movie about a bunch of 20-somethings just partying through Europe. I don't really think I'd like it too much, but it is what it is. I enjoy it. I think it's pretty good. I still enjoy giving it a rewatch from time to time. Next up, a great sci-fi horror movie, space horror movie. We have Event Horizon. This movie is fantastic. This movie is the inspiration behind the video game franchise Dead Space. You could see some. I don't think there's any connection, but you can also make some comparisons to the video game series Doom as well. Fantastic movie. Sam Neill, Lawrence Fishburne. I'm trying to remember who else is in it. While I vamp here for Paul W.S. Anderson was the director. He, of course, this was 1997, and he would go on to do the Resident Evil franchise. Kathleen Quinlan is in it. But essentially it is about a rescue crew tasked to investigate the mysterious reappearance of a spaceship that had been lost for 7 years. And it's a trip. It's wild. If you like space horror, if you like space horror, you'll dig Event Horizon. It's got some, occult type stuff in there as well. It's very, very good. A damn good movie. One that, again, you like space horror specifically, or horror in general. In general, you should check out Event Horizon. Next up, I referenced these earlier with Drag Me to Hell. We have The Evil Dead, the original The Evil Dead here on Blu-ray, and then Evil Dead 2 on Blu-ray as well. I still need to buy Army of Darkness to complete that trilogy, but I do have the 2013 remake of Evil Dead. Fantastic. They did such a good job with this. I also love Evil Dead Rise. What a trip that movie is. That one I eventually will buy because I enjoyed it a lot, but I just haven't got around to it yet. Not a huge. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest Evil Dead fan. Excuse me. There's definitely there are definitely people that are bigger fans out there. Some people, it's their favorite movie or movies. But I do like them a lot. I like Bruce Campbell as an actor, as a person. Those movies are great, and I hope we stay on this good track of new Evil Dead movies with the Evil Dead 2013 remake / reboot. We had Evil Dead Rise, and then I know that there's another on the way, and I hope that they keep just bringing the heat, because man, every one of them it's just been great. Next up, we're going back to the 80s again with River Phoenix, Ethan Hawke with The Explorers. I never saw this as a kid. I must have missed this one at some point. I got this in a double pack with something. I can't remember what it was, but I did end up watching it because, why not? I owned it at this point. I'd never seen it before. I like it. It's a pretty good, fun, coming of age, sci-fi, 80s sci-fi movie that's, sort of in the vein of E.T. So it's a lot of fun. Next up, these are random here. This is Exploring the Supernatural, just a kind of documentary type series, sort of like Unsolved Mysteries type style, but it's like we got Exploring the Supernatural. This one has UFO Chronicles, The Alien Files, and Ghost Stories, Visits from Beyond the Grave. And then we've got the second disc here, which has Vampires, A Legacy of Blood, and Nostradamus, A Voice from the Past. So I love that kind of stuff. I love supernatural stuff. Love all that sort of stuff. I'm a big fan. So I don't recall a lot about those. I've had those for many years, so I'm not really sure. But we are done with E. I got some time. Let's see if we can get through. We're not going to get all the way through the F's, but we'll get going through. We'll at least start the F's and see what happens. First up, right out of the bat, we got the Blu-ray of The Faculty. Man, this movie, I love this movie so much. It's so great. They're making this one's, it didn't come out in 2020. I think it was 99 or 2000 that it originally came out. They are doing a remake of this movie, which but I still think that this movie stands up. I don't know why they need to remake it, but they are, supposedly. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe something will happen. It won't. But they are at least have plans for a remake. This movie's fantastic. I love this movie so much. It was like 99, 2000. I was like the prime demographic because it's about a bunch of high school kids that there's an alien invasion. It's kind of like a little bit of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers in a way, and they're the only ones that kind of notice what's going on, and they're like, well, you know, they try to tell, of course, the adults. They don't believe them, and so they're like, well, screw it, we'll just, you know, take it in our own hands. And, you know, great movie though, love that. That's a big rewatch for me. I've watched it countless number of times. Couldn't even tell you how many times. This technically should go in the Marvel category. I need to swap that. But we got the Fantastic Four here. This is the one with Chris Evans and Michael Chiklis, Jessica Alba. I got a soft spot for those, both that and Rise of the Silver Surfer. That one is better than the Rise of the Silver Surfer. Never saw the remake, reboot, whatever, with Michael B. Jordan and stuff. I heard it was terrible. I'm really, really excited, though, about the new one. Love Pedro Pascal, Joseph Quinn. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really, really good. I have high hopes. Hopefully Marvel, you know, we finally get like a really good Fantastic Four film. Then we got the Fast and the Furious. That is the original Fast and Furious, the best one. Then Fast and the Furious 6. This was, I think, given to me by someone. I don't even know if I've seen this one, to be honest with you. Then we've got Family Guy, Blue Harvest. Of course, the Star Wars parody like special. This, of course, makes it into a movie. Absolutely love it. I'm a big Star Wars fan. I love Family Guy. I loved Family Guy at one point. So love that. I watched that a few times. Then this one does not get talked about at all, really. And this is Feast. Great creature feature. Man, this movie is so much fun. This is the Blu-ray unrated version of this. Early into mine and my fiance's relationship, she's a big horror fan as well. We were batting back and forth about, have you seen this? Have you seen that? Feast was one that she had not seen, and I introduced her to Feast. That's how I specifically bought this from Amazon for us to watch. But it's 2005. Patrons locked inside a bar are forced to fight monsters. That's all we get from the synopsis, at least on IMDb. But it is categorized as a dark comedy, monster horror, action, comedy, horror, and thriller. Such a great creature feature. It is, I would say, I mean, it does have some comedic, dark comedy, and comedic elements. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's a fun movie. I think it has 2 or 3 sequels. There's at least 2 sequels. The sequels aren't very good, but the original is fantastic. It's one that I highly recommend. If you watch the teaser or you look it up on IMDb, and kind of tickles your fancy. And I'm looking there. It said too that apparently executive producers, executive producers at Wes Craven, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, and Chris Moore were executive producers on this, which means they essentially gave money for the movie to be made, but still, Next up, we got another 80s classic. I got a lot of these in my collection. I'm a big fan of 80s movies, a big fan of 80s music, especially. We got Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Matthew Broderick. I don't really know what else to say. I mean, it's kind of a classic. I'm pretty sure that if you haven't seen it, you've at least kind of, of it. Next up, we've got The Fifth Element, starring Bruce Willis, Mila Jovovich. I love this movie so much. This is, I think this one's still considered a cult classic. I don't know. I consider it a classic. Great, sci-fi, futuristic comedy. Bruce Willis is great in it. He's very much the straight man, very serious and everything. And it's like everyone else around him is just kind of like goofy, and they're missing a couple screws and everything. It's a fun movie. Gary Oldman is the main villain in the movie, and he's fantastic as well. I mean, he's great in everything. It's just a really good movie. Fifth Element, classic for me. So I've rewatched it so many times over the years. Now we're into got the whole series here. Final Destination. We got Final Destination. We got Final Destination 2. Got Final Destination 3. Got Final Destination, or excuse me, The Final Destination. And these are all, I'm pretty sure, DVD. The Final Destination, which didn't end up being The Final Destination because it was so bad that they came back and made Final Destination 5, which was the last one. There are talks about there being another one. I don't know if it's going to be a sequel, if it's going to be a reboot, if it's going to be like a soft reboot. What? It's like they were pushing it with 5, making 5 movies. The first and second one, and the third one. The first 3 are great. First one I think is the best one, but the first 3 are so good and so rewatchable. I've rewatched all of them countless number of times over the years. I really enjoy them. It's a really odd thing for me because it's like I have a big fear of death and dying, so it's like certain times those movies really kind of get to me because of the fact it's like that's the whole premise of the movie. It's that death is inevitable, and death is going to come for us all, and it comes at when you least expect it. And although in those movies it kind of makes it more of like an entity trying to get you, but it's the death is inevitable and it's going to come for us, and it comes whenever it does, like whenever we don't know, and at least in those movies you do kind of know. It's like your number's up, death's coming for you, but when is it gonna, how is it gonna? But those movies are really good. They're really fun, even if you can turn that kind of side of your brain off a little bit and not worry too much about like dying, I guess, to not take it too seriously. It's like they're good movies, they're fun movies, they're very rewatchable. Next we've got Sean Bean, Jodie Foster in Flight Plan. I remember really liking this movie back in the day when I first saw it. I think if I remember correctly, Jodie Foster and her daughter get on a flight. It takes off, whatever. She falls asleep. She wakes up. Her daughter's gone. And everyone's kind of gaslighting her of like, what are you talking about? You didn't have a daughter. You got on alone, all this kind of stuff. I remember enjoying it. It's been a very long time since I rewatched that movie, so I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. Next, we've got the collector's edition of The Flintstones. The Flintstones live action movie they did in the 90s. I have a soft spot for this movie. I actually owned this on VHS back in the day. I love this movie. John Goodman, Rick Moranis, Rosie O'Donnell. I'm blanking on the woman that played. If I can type, man, that would be great. That played Wilma. Oh man, she's been in so many things. She was in Big with Tom Hanks. Elizabeth Perkins, Halle Berry is in it. Elizabeth Taylor is in it. Man, there's a great cast of great cast in this movie. Anyway, soft spot for that one. I watched it a lot growing up. I even had some of the toys and stuff, and it's like I also really enjoyed the Flintstones cartoon as a kid. So Next, we've got the, not John Carpenter's The Fog, but we got the 2005 remake of The Fog. This is one I need to update. I recently just got this and didn't realize it was a full screen version, but ended up picking it up because I remember really liking it, enough I found it at Goodwill, so $1.50. I figured, why the hell not? And I'm gonna go ahead and just finish out the F's here because we don't have too much more. A classic, a fantastic movie. I love this movie so much. Tom Hanks and Forrest Gump. And it's got a second disc that's the music of Forrest Gump, which that movie does have a fantastic soundtrack, I have to say. I was introduced to a lot of songs through that movie. But we had the VHS tape of this growing up, and I watched it a lot. I was probably watching it younger than I should have been watching it, but I watched it a lot growing up. Really enjoyed it. It's a really good movie. It's one of the movies I think that made me really like Tom Hanks as an actor, like between Forrest Gump and A League of Their Own. Made me really like Tom Hanks. What more can I say about Forrest Gump? It's like I never read the book that it's based on or anything, but I really enjoy that movie a lot. Next up, we have the saga, the Free Willy saga. Free Willy, the 10th anniversary special edition DVD here. We've got Free Willy 2, The Adventure Home. We've got Free Willy 3, The Rescue. And last but certainly not least, maybe least, Free Willy Escape from Pirate's Cove. I've never actually watched this movie. These, however, the three Free Willys, especially the first one. First one is, I think we may have had the second one on VHS, but I know for sure we had Free Willy growing up, and I watched it a bunch. Made me really love orcas, made me really love... I've always been an animal lover as it is. I've watched Free Willy so many times, man. I know now it's become sort of a meme. It's like everybody kind of knows. I think the big takeaway from it is that end scene with him jumping over the kid and stuff, and it's like that's kind of iconic now. People that never seen the movie, I think, know about that scene. Next up, we got, I'm missing, and again, because I moved some stuff from here over to, because it's like I got all my duplicates and everything like that over here, which I can't find at the moment. But Friday, I have Friday, next Friday, and Friday after next. I enjoy those movies a lot, especially the first Friday movie. I saw it as a kid. Again, probably watched that movie younger than I should have, but I saw it on TV, so it was edited. Didn't see the full unedited movie until I was much older. I was probably at least a teenager before I finally saw it, like uncut with all the cussing and all that kind of stuff. But I love those movies. Those movies are great. And just cutting in here because I did say that I own these. These are stuck to the side, but yeah, I do have. I have Friday here on Blu-ray. I don't think it's director's cut, but I also have Friday the director's cut on DVD, and then I also have Friday with Next Friday, which I'm gonna keep this regardless because it's together with Next Friday. But I just want to compare and contrast if there's any, at least with these two, if there's any special features maybe the DVD has that the Blu-ray doesn't have, and if it's exactly the same, that I'll end up purging the DVD and keeping the Blu-ray copy for Friday. Now, next we got Friday the 13th, the Killer Cut. This, of course, is the, 2009 remake This movie, I've changed my opinion on that. When I first saw it back probably in 2009 or 2010, because it was out on DVD at that point, I hated it. I thought it was boring. I didn't like it. But a fiance and I rewatched it a couple years ago, and it's pretty good. It's not perfect. There's certain choices that they made with Jason that made him too like methodical and everything, but I have changed my opinion on it, and I like it. It's pretty good. It's like I'd rather watch classic Jason, but I was very hard. I was too hard on the 2009 Friday the 13th remake. However, I will never change my opinion about the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Dog shit. There's no redeeming it. It's horrible. Horrible. Next up, I was just talking to a coworker about this movie the other day. The Frighteners, Blu-ray. Robert Zemeckis, director, starring Michael J. Fox. Jake Busey is in it. John Astin, which played Gomez in the original Addams Family TV show, the father of Sean Astin. Fantastic. God, this movie is so good. From the first time I saw it, I instantly loved that movie, and it's one that I've watched so many times. It's a heavy movie. It's a serious movie, but it has a little bit of camp and a little bit of, Robert Zemeckis definitely has like a certain style or a certain kind of like, I don't know, you can tell it, especially with it being Michael J. Fox, it definitely does kind of have similar vibes to like Back to the Future, in the way it's like it's a serious movie, it has serious like tone and stuff like that, but it also is fun and has some comedy and stuff like that as well. Next up, another all-time favorite of mine. This is another one of those. This wasn't Quentin Tarantino. This is Robert Rodriguez. I was about to say exception to what I said earlier, or one of the previous videos about not liking Quentin Tarantino, but this was Robert Rodriguez. From Dusk Till Dawn. It does star Quentin Tarantino, George Clooney, Quentin Tarantino, Juliette Lewis, Danny Trejo is in it, Tom Savini. Trying to think. Shaft is in it. Oh man, real quick here. No, not the show. Not the show. 1996. Harvey Keitel. That was the name I was trying to think of. Yep, directed by Robert Rodriguez. However, it is written by Quentin Tarantino and Robert Kurtzman. Robert Kurtzman obviously would go on to The Walking Dead much later. Selma Hayek, Cheech Marin is in it. Fred Williamson, Tom Savini, as I said, Michael Parks. Just a fantastic movie, great movie. If you know, you know. I'm not going to say too much about it. If it's one of those that it's like the less you know about it going in, the more I think you'll enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I think I don't know. It's hard to talk about without giving stuff away. It's like if you know about it, you know. But at the same time, it starts out a certain way, and then there's a big shift at one point. And if you go into it kind of blind, it takes you by surprise, and you're just like, oh my god, like wow. But if you like horror, and you've never seen From Dusk Till Dawn, check it out. It's fantastic. Love that movie. Cannot say much more about it other than that. It's so good. All right, two more and then we're done, guys. We're going from Dusk Till Dawn to Frosty the Snowman. again, another Christmas classic. It's one that I wanted to own because it's one of those I remember rewatching, or watching when I was a kid every holiday season. And I just wanted to have it so that I could kind of recapture that. I don't watch it every year, but I do try. I try. That's really all I could say. And then last but not least, for the Fs, we have Fun with Dick and Jane. This is a remake. This one, of course, has Jim Carrey and is it Tia Leone? This was 2005. I really enjoy this movie. Again, I'm super biased because I love Jim Carrey, especially in comedic roles. I just think it's great. I don't know what else to say. I really enjoy it. I think it's a fun movie. It's a comedy. Don't really know what else to say about Fun with Dick and Jane. But it's going to do it for this one. I went a little bit over. I apologize. I hope you stuck with me. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate it. I hope that you're enjoying the journey through my physical movie collection. And I'll be back at some point to continue, and eventually we'll get through all of them. Next time we're going to be in the G's. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, please feel free. Any interaction with the video, helps me out. I appreciate it. And also, I like the comments. I like talking about movies. So, but that's going to do it for this one. Again, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, stay awesome and keep collecting.